Welcome to this Word of Hope. It's Sunday, June 29th, and today, this Sunday, in a very rare occasion, we actually get to celebrate the feasts of St. Peter and Paul, which is June 29th every year. And for us here at St. Dominic's, as you can see, we're undergoing a little bit of renovation and restoration, and we're celebrating, for us, the 100th anniversary of this magnificent cathedral-style building. And we chose as the theme of our campaign what we hear in the gospel today: upon this rock I will build my church. And we know the metaphors, and we think of Peter as sort of that foundation and that base, at least for us in the Western Church, the Catholic Church, and that symbolism that Peter and his successors hold for us. But of course, Paul does the same. Paul is a foundation in much of how we understand Christianity. And him going out to the Gentiles, showing us the universality of our church, is the basis on which we build our own communities, our own Christian communities today. Peter and Paul together built a church, not just with real stones, but as Jesus would call, living stones. And this whole experience of just even restoring 100-year-old doors, the whole parish has been reflecting on how many people and how many groups these doors have welcomed. We think about the windows through whose light we receive in the building that has helped us pray, and upon which has given people hope for those who have come into our building. And our whole efforts in our renovations and restorations really has drawn us together to understand who we are about, to be a voice in the world. And Peter and Paul went out. St. Dominic's itself, our building, was a statement by the parishioners back in the 1920s when you had a lot of anti-Catholic Ku Klux Klan influence and discrimination, that we built this as a statement. In the same year, the Cristeros War broke out in Mexico, and the people said, no, you regime, you who seek your own power are not my king. Christ is my king. It was the same thing in 1925. And a couple months after that revolution broke out, we celebrated the first masses in this building. And we celebrated the first Christ the King ever in the church a month later. Peter and Paul are for us reminders of both the foundation and the successors of Jesus, but also what it means to be church today. And though we have structures today, we are successors to their mission of going out and bringing Christ to the world, but also welcoming Christ into our community. We thank and pray for Peter and Paul's intercession, and we ask that they continue to build the church upon the rock whom Christ sent out first, so that we too can bring about the glory of God in our world. God bless.